Now broadcasting.
Cheeks, dude. It's the cheeks. Wow, dude. Man, dude. Here we go. Ah.
All's my life I had to fight. All's my times like Nazareth, I'm fucked up, homie, you fucked up. But if God got us, then we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Huh? We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. And when I wake up, I recognize you looking at me for the pay cut. Be looking at you from the face down. One even room with the face down. Scheming scheming. And let me tell you about my life. Only put me in the twilight. We're pretty Benjamin is the highlight. I tell my mama I love her, but this what I like. Lord knows. 20 of them in my Chevy. Tell them all to come and kill me. Reaping everything I sow. So my karma come in heaven. No preliminary hearings on my record. I'm a silence for the record. Tell the world I know it's too late. Boys and girls, I think I'm so great. Trying to side my face, it's all day. Won't you please believe when I say, when you know we've been hurt, been down before. When our pride was low, looking at the world like, where do we go? And we hate it. When the in the streets was sure. I'm at the preacher's door. My knees get weak, my might blow, but we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Huh? We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. What you want? You a house? You got 40 acres in the middle of piano and guitar. Anything. See, my name is Lucy. I'm your dog. You can live at the mall. I can see the evil, I can tell it. I know it's illegal. I don't think about it. I deposit every zero. Thinking of my partner, put the candy painting on the Rico. Digging in my pocket, in a profit big enough to feed you every day. My life to get another dollar just to keep you in the presence of your Chico. I don't talk about it, be about it. Every day I sequel. If I got it, then you know you got it. Heaven, I can reach you. Pet dog, my dog, that's all. Big back and chat. For y'all, I rap, I'm black on track, so rest assured. My rights, my wrongs, I'm right till I'm right for God. When you know, we've been hurt, been down before. When our pride was low, looking at the world like, where do we go? And we hate it. When the in the streets for sure. I'm at the preacher's door. My knees get weak, and my might blow, but we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Huh? We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
In my prayers.
We need each other. We have to have each other for our survival. From the revolutionaries to the conservatives, a black united front is what we're about.
Yeah, to make another mob, to change another God, an angel from the Lord, and ceremonial God, the big homie in charge, main culprit at large, emerged over the odds, the victorious odds, the talented Mr. Slaughter, a midnight marauder, Mr. Blood in the water, no stopping the top shotter, I drop multiple arms like candelabras on a mission. I'm chasing chicken like a chupacabra. Salute your father, I'm headed back to Wakanda after the drama. Rappers get medevac to the trauma. The lion separated from the pride. I rule, lion, I am the most hated one alive. Was five, another one. I represent the unwanted, undesired. Wash my hands of it all, then raise one and testify to level. I'm guilty but justified.
I saw about the streets when I was 9. When I started running around at 9, I knew what I was going to do when I was 10.
Trust the vibe, Winchester, fly sinister, Philly certified finisher, the prime minister, God's image, the monument, the homage to the problems, acknowledging how to apply.
Don't look like it, dude. Don't look like it. Dude, listen, dude.
Investment in your own protection, Navy like black. Well, who knew we'd be receiving a new you? This Swamp Zulu and Farrakhan, meet Pharaoh Khufu. Misinterpret my level of genius and call it cuckoo. But the Swahili meaning of freedom is still you hoo-hoo. To the proof guru, I deliver the truth to you. Who got the nerve to act as if this is the proof to you that I will mobilize a militia the truth to you. No telling what I got in the system to do you. If it's too brutal, look the other way like I'm robbing you. But surrender all your valuables as if I'm you as I slide. The hassle to the side, like a castle, the facade of the place I reside. It's like a castle, I'm the honorable. Pin say more, my nom de guard, I'm the czar. The play king to Paris is my kind of car. I'm the R, I'm the L, I'm the Kane. All correlated, unadulterated power, the king. Remove the makeup. It's no sleep, but my eyes refuse to stay shut. It's game fool for this place, but historically the authorities been morally bankrupt. Into the executioner, speaking of retribution, I was in Lucifer even against the future. Me and the best producers out again, on route again. Airborne audio spores, it's like an allergen. So, in conclusion, I want to clear the confusion. Any rumors the artist you're currently hearing is human. The shape shifter, weightlifter, I'm the great victor behind the bars. Stay prisoner.
I'm trying to stop 'cause it's safer. Plan on falling in love a little later. This came too soon and I'm not too sure what to make of it. And all of these butterflies, suddenly you're always on my mind. But I start the flow of emotion 'cause I don't know how to control what I'm feeling. This is going way too fast. Every time you look at me I can't hold back. But I don't wanna tell you that. I can try to fight. Every time I try, I fall deeper into you, I can't deny. I'm breaking all my rules, I can't help but get into you. I'm looking for layers, hoping you're not just saying all the pretty words I love to hear. You don't even know how deep I feel. I'm playing it, but I'm losing it over you. Lately I've been trying on your last name, but it just feels so sad. This is going way too fast. Every time you look at me I can't hold back. And I don't wanna tell you that. Try to fight it.
Beat up the block and the gun on my press a little button, I open the wings. Ain't no advance in the deal like this sign. I don't know the controlling my strings. A lot of these marionettes. I dance on my own and so does my necklace. Praying for my solar plexus. Weighted the passion is punching this reckless. Michelin's all on my restaurant checklist. Getting from city to city to finish it. The Wellington blue in the middle. The same as how I be preferring my venison. Winterton blacker than mineral sentence. And I was apprenticing under a villain. Faithful a metal to be my respects. I started my dentist to fit us with grilling. The income of coffee spray connect. The look in my closet is more than a ceiling. Master Pickett San Donald, it's hard to explain. The rush of the feeling. I try not to focus too hard on the girls. I try to not dwell on the L's as well. 7 a.m. on the beach. The waves are flat. Suddenly started to swell. This VVS choker, I call it a trail. Bent over the time, I'm on as it fell. Cloaking the vice on the road. She look like a beater. It's really a gun in the shell. It's brioche and toast in the world. The terror gun butterman walking the man like the king of pop. Put on my power scouts and Gucci cocks. I still couldn't look at the skin of the rats and digits. I found a way to go get it. The fatty, the rats and digits. I found a way to go get it. The fatty, the rats and digits. I found a way to go get it. The fatty, the rats and digits. I found a way to go get it. Yeah. I feel like Joe Horn. I like to score on the play and set up another. Take it to I step out on the shoulder to pick up the pack from my Cartier buffer. Give me a second. Don't really matter to the Lord. You know, I'm turning the furnace. Snuggle hotel after candle at dinner. The room that we in is impeccably furnished. See a little daylight and turn the burners. Let's switch for them. Guess you cheer the spice rip. MS-398 out the level. I crush my feet like a vice grip. I couldn't find my bigger. The fashions perfectly with this new culture. They're trying to call me a democracy rig. I get it, I get it. I take it back and I split it in Williams. And I'm gonna be back in a minute. I ran it out just to give me a monogram. One-on-one cast iron skillet. Way I've been raising my price. I'm grateful as ever. Cause I took a village. Way I've been. Shorty should think I'm a hot. a bit on the bullet, I still got some cracks on my moles. Get on the flight in my brow headquarters as soon as the weather get cold. 7 consecutive strikes like professional bold. Defetti the rest of digits. I found a way to go get it. Defetti the rest of digits. I found a way to go get it. Defetti the rest of digits. I found a way to go get it. Defetti the rest of digits.
Tickle the boogeyman, we're doing the can. Run the clock on American bandstand. Flushing the band, not a fan of the jam. Band sweating on the floor till we no longer stand. Hey, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Give me the girls and the... Cause I need all the things that's in the dream.
And welcome into the ballpark. Happy to have you with us. We're ready for MLB The Show's Game of the Week. It's the Athletics going up against the Chicago White Sox. Along with my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shaw. You in this one, Singy. It remains to be seen what kind of career he'll have, but here's step one, and there's a lot of hope and optimism around it. This organization thinks he can be an impact player.
And from what I've seen and heard from people that follow prospects really closely, I do too. We may not see him light the league on fire right from the start, as there's usually a learning curve, but I think he has the skill set to be successful at this level for a long time.
So just about fine. And towing the slab here, number 57. What do you got on him, Chris?
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
Ready to go now? Here's the veteran outfielder, Rickey Henderson. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Batting second baseman.
Standing in is the power hitting second baseman. This guy with big time power and an elite defender. That one catches the zone. That's strike one. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second. There's a ball. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. And that's another stolen base for the league leader. Headed towards the corner. And that's a foul ball. Runner in scoring position, nobody out here in the second game of the series.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Up and in, and that's ball 3. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Hit in the air, center field. Jordan settles under it. And he makes the catch. Runner tags at second, and the throw's offline, safe at third. And time now to check out the A's lineup. And one of the most exciting young stars in the sport, Mark McGwire.
Boog, it's kind of a joke that this guy's got a career OPS over 900. I mean, there are a lot of players that hope that they could just do that in one season, but he's done it his entire career. And in reality, there's only about 60 players that can claim that type of production.
That one fouled off. Base hit, and a run comes in.
Picks himself up an RBI. Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Mark McGwire up next for the A's. Runner on the move. Pitches low. Safe at second, and that was not close. Swings through that.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Next offering is fouled back. Runner at second here, one gone. Hard hit, right side. Throw over to Thomas. And there are two outs. Jason Giambi up next for the A's. He's a left-handed batter who still comes up with good contact and a good average against left-handed pitchers. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. All right, so you hit lefty. What makes it so hard to face a left-handed pitcher?
Left-handers, they just seem to have different arm angles, so to keep that front shoulder in there and really discipline yourself can be tough sometimes. But the guys that do it well, man, I tip my cap to them every day.
Carrasco at third with two away. That one outside. And a count 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. Inning over, and it could have been worse. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's an early 1-0 lead. Back here on the south side. And on the mound in this one, Barry Zito.
Four-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
Ozzie Guillen, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. Shoeless Joe Jackson steps to the plate for the White Sox. Just missed.
This might be a steal situation, but that's not your average catcher behind the dish. You have to be careful here.
Strike one.
This is one of those situations the infielders have to pre-plan and understand that the ball's got to be hit extremely hard right at them if they're going to have a chance to go for a double play.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And here it comes. Cut on and lifted in the air. Henderson on the move. Puts it away for the out.
Batting third.
Top Time to check out the lineup for the White Sox. And a key factor for this club in that leadoff spot, Ozzie Guillen.
Yeah, definitely someone I always enjoy, when I get a chance to watch him, whether he's hitting a game or even taking swings during batting practice. Man, this guy's always so focused on what he's doing on that task at hand. He's got so much attention to detail that when he steps in the box, his success rate is really high.
Frank Thomas in the box now. No balls and a strike.
All game in a park like this, a pop-up sometimes will carry out.
And it stays fair. And they'll have runners at the corners after a one-out single.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Turned on it nicely. Definitely a little out in front of the pitch, but he didn't hook around it too much and was able to keep it fair down the line.
Yeah, the batter now, number 17. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. And fouled off. Gets a piece and stays alive.
He can move the ball around, add and subtract, get some weak contact at times. So you don't worry as much about him in this situation. Very capable of getting a ground ball and getting out of this little jam.
Foul ball, still 0-2. Runners are at the corners, one away. Just missed.
Man, oh man, I don't know how you take that pitch. That's as close as it gets.
Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Drops into the glove. Runner tags for home. He'll score on the sac fly. It's 1-1.
Well, we got ourselves a new ball game. Nice job right there at the plate. Sacrifice fly, and he gets in the tying run.
Now the left fielder, Mauricio Ordonez. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Tejada. And makes the grab. And that is the third out of the inning. 1 run, a pair of hits, no errors, and 1 left on. We head to the second on the south side. All tied 1-1. All set for the start of the inning. Here's a big power threat. Miguel Tejada. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
Okay, swing now. He had his mind made up. As soon as that ball left the hand of the pitcher, he was going to swing at it.
Swings and misses. And the count is 0-2. Ed Drummond, our umpire behind the plate in this one.
Yeah, Boogie's a really fair umpire, both the pitchers and the hitters. So standard strike zone, he's consistent with it. And the great thing is you don't see players question the calls too much. So that's a good thing in this day and age.
Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. And a good start to the inning.
He was all over that one. There's nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped. Caught out in front and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it. And now let's see if they force some action with good wheels on the bases.
Next up for the A's, Johnny Damon. That one off the mark, and that's ball 1. Tied up here in the early going. On the ground, a second, might be 2. There's one, out, not in time at first. It's a fielder's choice. At the plate, Shea Langoliers. He drove in one of their 2 runs in last night's ball game. Runner on the go. Cut on and missed. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. 1 out and a runner at second here at the top of the second. Swing and a high fly ball down the right field line. And a foul ball. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. That
That's
one
a ball.
missed.
Pretty standard high
1 ball, 2
0-2
strikes,
fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far. Don't want to chase that breaking ball in the dirt.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Trying to wiggle out of a rundown now. Tags the runner. To second, tag, that's 2. And that ends the inning.
I think the key is arm action on the changeup. When you can sell it like a fastball, you drop the velocity, you get the swing and miss, and you walk off the field.
This is what I'm made for. Every single moment that I'm living, I can feel it on the stage floor. You don't know the half of what I've given to make it up to this level every day.
Bottom of the inning. So now it's the White Sox DH, Harold Baines.
Harold Baines.
Zito back to work. And that
That's off the
misses. And it's 1-0. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. Ball to strike. The pitch. Foul ball there. Popped up to the left into foul ground. And in foul ground, he pulls it down. 1 out.
Batting 7th, second baseman, number 5.
Ray Durham steps to the plate for the White Sox. A switch hitter batting right. This is a guy you got to keep an eye on when he digs in. Definitely been known to drop a drag bunt from time to time, and he's pretty good at it, Chris.
Yeah, and he creates a sense of urgency for the defense because of the speed, because of the ability to put down that bunt.
Swing and a miss. He was late.
ball,
Strike
2
2.
strikes.
Now you see even sluggers from time to time try and use the bunt really as a way to beat the shift. Buckled him with the backdoor breaking ball for strike 3.
Center fielder,
Michael
number
Jordan
45.
steps to the plate for the White Sox. Fastball in the inside corner for a strike.
0-1's the count.
2 outs, base is empty. And he takes a strike.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
Swing and a pop off in foul ground. And that is that. Nothing doing for the White Sox. Score remains deadlocked at 1. New inning getting started. Here's the third baseman, Zach Geloff.
Zach Geloff.
Just missed. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit.
Just kept it simple. Played Pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
So the lineup flips over. Ricky Henderson up next for the A's. First offering, runner goes, lays down a bunt to the right side. Oh, a great flip to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe.
This couldn't have played out any better on offense. They were trying to trade it out to move the runner into scoring position, but instead they just couldn't make the play on defense. You really need to get it out there.
First and second, no outs. Now the number 2 hitter, and that one fouled off. Line drive, caught to second, 2. And they almost caught him, but he's back in time. Next up for the A's, Jose Carrasco. RBI single his last time up.
Runner
Ricky runs. Pitch misses. And that's a stolen base, not even close. And the league leader in stolen bases does it again.
Well, that steal right there is wanting to take advantage of having a really good hitter at the plate. Now they've got a much better shot at bringing home a 2-out RBI.
The lefty, the 1-0.
Ball inside.
Well, no need to go right at this guy. First base is open. He can hurt his zone. If he doesn't, give him a walk.
Ripped to short. Tosses to first. And that will end the inning. So it's no runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. All tied 1-1. Here on the south side as we go to the last of the 3rd. Stepping in, Yasmani Grandal. That's in there, and it's 0-1.
I mean, that's perfect location right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, he's got great strikeout stuff on the mound, doesn't he? I mean, double-digit strikeouts in his last start, and he's just racking them up again in this one. This guy can really dominate a game out there. Not a fun assignment for any lineup.
Guillen, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. 1 out, base is empty. And a foul ball. The next pitch misses. Now 1-2.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for. A bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location. But clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
Jackson batting for the 2nd time, and that's strike 1. Goes down looking for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side in the 3rd.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Going, yeah, we in goal mode. Going, yeah, we in goal mode.
Yeah, we in goal mode, never going slow mode.
Going, we in goal mode. Going, we in goal mode.
Back at right field. Start of the 4th. Here's some real power at the plate. Mark McGwire. Swing and a line drive slicing into right field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 1 away.
Clearly ready to hit right there. First pitch of the inning hits a bullet, and it just is one of those bad luck ABs.
That one is absolutely belted. That's down. 1 hops off the wall. Throws to 2nd. Not going to get him. He's in there.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Loud contact, leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
1 out. Runner at 2nd. Tejada will hit next. 1 for 1 with a single so far. In the air on the infield. Durham settles underneath it. Makes the grab for the 2nd out. Next up for the A's, Johnny Damon. 0 for 1. He hit into a fielder's choice his first time. Swing and a ball lifted in the air right field. He just missed it. Jackson squeezes it, and that is that. A double in the inning, but they leave him stranded. And midway in the fourth, all tied 1-1. And welcome back to the ballpark. John Sciambi and Chris Singleton with you. And leading off the bottom of the fourth, Frank Thomas. Late with the swing there. Thomas goes 6 feet 5 inches, a member of the 2,000 hit club. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. That's to third. Throws to first in time. Leadoff hitter retired in the fourth.
Now batting, number 17.
And next will be the cleanup hitter. Drove in a run with a sac fly his first time up. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on-base slugging too. Bounding ball here, rolls foul. All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the fourth.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power, but then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Gets it to first. And a couple of quick outs. And next to hit for the Sox, Mauricio Ordonez. And that drops in for a strike.
Oh, he's looking great so far. It helps when over 80% of your first pitches are strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. 3 up, 3 down that time. On to the top of the fifth we go. All tied 1-1. Welcome back. Quite a pitcher's duel so far. Here's how the starters have performed up to this point. Swing and a miss, strike one.
You know, these Athletics doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice, so they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
Stays alive. And there's a ball.
Plate, ball one.
Good job to fight that one off. Outside low, 2-2. On the ground, right side, Durham handles, throws to first, one away here in the fifth. Zach Gallo getting ready to hit a single his first time. Tap foul at the plate. Base is empty, one away, and we're at the top of the fifth. Swing and a miss, and he got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
Finished him off by blowing it by him up high, but they did a really nice job of setting that pitch up. The plan of attack early on was to keep everything down around the knees, so that was a good call to change his eye level and run it by him for the K.
Now it's the power speed combo. Ricky Henderson. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Grandal brings it in. And that is that. And 1, 2, 3 go the A's. Still tied 1-1. And we're back,
And
ready to
leading
go
off
for the
the
last
White
half of the inning. And now the DH, Harold Baines. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
You know, these White Sox just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
Swing and a chopper out to short. Fires across the diamond. 1 up, 1 down.
Well, Boog, we talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder, wow, really impressive.
So up next for Chicago, Ray Durham. Struck out looking his first time. And that drops in for a strike.
This game has been so tight. Feels like the next team to score will win it.
Strike 2.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And that's 6 Ks for him in this one.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him. And there's one thing on his mind this at bat, getting that first hit at the big league level.
That misses. Ball 1.
Oh, he's got to be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he's attacked hitters. Pitching on the road like this is very impressive. This has been a treat to watch.
That's ball 2.
2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. On the ground out. Whips it across. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Chi Sox held in check here. Score remains tied 1-1. Here on the south side, now here is number 19.
Number 19.
That one down the line. And that's a fair ball.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
Next up for the A's, Jose Carrasco. He's got the power, but great cut. Runner takes off. It's a pitch out. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag. And the go-ahead run is now in scoring position.
Well, they did everything they could to try to prevent that steal. They throw the pitch out, but just great speed on the base paths. And that's a pretty nice stolen base.
Swing, and he popped it up. Durham hauls it in, and there's one away. Stepping in the long ball threat, Mark McGwire. 0 for 2 in this one. Fought off foul.
Hitter's got some good opposite field power. What I like about something being hit to the right side into the outfield is that the base runner at second has a very good read and can determine whether or not he can score on that base hit.
And that's outside. And the count is 1-1.
Pretty frugal guy. He is very efficient with the pitch count in this one.
Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Headed for the plate. The throw in.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Now the White Sox manager is out of the dugout and will make a move to the pen. Number 57 won't go any further tonight, and he leaves in a one-run game. New pitcher coming on. We'll be back in a minute. So they turn to the lefty in this spot, Jared Schuster.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
One down. Jason Giambi up next for the A's. 1 for 2. And he hits a ground ball right side. And they get Giambi for the out.
Now batting, number 5.
So 2 down now, and here is Miguel Tejada. He gets the intentional walk here, and now will force at any base with 2 gone.
Clearly didn't want to mess with them right there, so I think it makes sense to play the numbers game in this spot.
First and second, 2 outs. Damon now at the plate. So now a pinch hitter, Lawrence Butler, and this is a big at bat in this ball game. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1.
0-1.
A's leading by a run. Swing and a foul out of play. That one not close.
2 strikes.
And it's 1-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
A lot of adrenaline, we can see it right there, and sometimes you just got to let it out. That's an outstanding job of taking that, executing, and getting out of a tough inning.
Bottom of the 6th, and here's the catcher, Yasmani Grandal.
Yasmani Grandal.
Cito back to work. Fly ball center field. Halter makes the catch, and there's 1 gone.
Now, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where are you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Ripped, but it curls foul. White Sox down a run. Guillen turning some heads with this recent stretch of impressive play. And a bunt towards third. And foul ball.
Lots of rookies can have a hot streak, but once the league gets a book on you, starts attacking you differently, things can shift in a hurry. I'm interested to see how he handles those adjustments.
Fouls it off, still 1-2.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make.
In the air, left field, down the line, and it hops over the wall for an automatic double. 1 out, runner at second. Jackson digs in now. And that one fouled off.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
Struck him out looking.
Well, even if you don't feel great about it, you got to swing the bat with 2 strikes in this situation. You've got the tying run out there in scoring position. Just put the ball in play. Maybe something good will happen. It just didn't look like he understood the situation.
And here's the first baseman, Frank Thomas. Fouled off down the right side. With the tying run at second here in the bottom of the 6th. Next offering upstairs.
Well, it's been a very impressive outing so far. His command has been a big part of it. Even when he misses outside the strike zone, which is exactly what a pitcher wants.
That is the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We're through 6 full. It's the A's 2 and the White Sox 1. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Gus Varland.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
And the batter now, Shea Langoliers. That one misses, and that is ball 1. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Penn Murphy appears to be getting loose. Boozer getting cranked up as well. On the ground right side, Thomas steps on the bag, and they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
Third baseman.
Next up for the A's, Zach Geloff. Varland, 6'1" righty. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, and he works in a changeup. Here's 0-1. Yeah, big swing and a miss.
Love to see it. Power versus power right there.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Just blown away in that at bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
That one's sizzling on its way through to the outfield. And that extends the inning.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder.
Ricky on the move. And there's a foul ball. Runner on the go again. Strike in there. Safe at second, and that was not close. And now he's up to 3 stolen bases in the game.
You know, nights like this when it seems harder to score, I like the call to put him in motion and try to steal the base. Ball's not carrying, no home runs so far, so trying to manufacture some offense like this may be the way to go.
Ricky dives back
He's in there. He's safe.
1-run game. The A's looking for some insurance. Pitch misses. Now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
No, he's not afraid to fall into a 2-strike count. Knows the strike zone very well. So much so that I think umpires will look at him and determine whether it's a ball or strike, if he swings or not.
And that's way high. And the count is even, 2-2.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you...
On a line, base hit. Ricky around third and on his way home. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and they lead by 2.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Now, Jose Carrasco.
Counts 1-0.
Throw to second, and great jump. The A's looking to add another. Varland checks the runner. Oh, they got him, and that will end the inning. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
Third baseman, number 17.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole. He's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
To the right side, Halter. Sends it to first. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the seventh.
Away from the batter, rolled over it, found out.
Ordonez stands in now and watches strike one. The White Sox trailing by 2 here at the bottom of the 7th. Right side, hard hit. And that quickly 2 away.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
Harold Baines steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Hit hard on the ground to the right side, and it goes just foul. 2 down, nobody on. And a breaking ball drops in for a strike. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Geloff under it. He's got it. And that is out number 3. Down in order go the White Sox. And they still trail it here 3-1. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Tyler Gilbert. He's pitching on 2 days rest. And now here is Jose Carrasco. This guy, one of the best contact men in the sport as well. Outstanding on the defensive end.
0-1.
Hard hit left side. Whips it to first. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th. And now the first baseman, Mark McGwire.
Number 25.
This is a true 5-tool guy. Not very many of them out there, but when he's on the field, you can't take your eye off of him. Blind drive. That's a base hit into right field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Now batting, the
Jason
designated
Giambi
hitter.
up
Jason
next for the
Giambi.
A's. 1 for 3. Hit on the ground might be 2. They get 1 over to Thomas, and that double play ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the A's 3 and the White Sox 1. Bottom of the 8th, and now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Ray Durham.
Baseman, number 5.
Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. Fastball for a strike.
Man, he is just dialed in right now. Every pitch thrown with so much conviction.
And a ground ball to first. And he handles it himself for the out. So digging in,
Now
Michael Jordan.
batting, number 45.
Swings through that one. 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Late swing fouled off. One down, base is empty. Got him swinging. Strikeout number 8, and Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Fires over to first, and the White Sox go quietly. 1, 2, 3 go the White Sox. Score holds, it's 3-1. Back here on the south side, here's the shortstop at the plate, Miguel Tejada. Gilbert back to work. Rips one to left. That's a base hit. And a good start to the inning.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Man at first, nobody out. And now Lawrence Butler. He's 0 for 1. Rolled to short. Possible 2-ball. 1 at second. Over to first, but he beats it.
Now batting, catcher, Shea
And now
Langeliers.
here's the A's catcher, Shea Langeliers. 0 for 3 in this one. Rudder takes off. Up the middle. Throw over to Thomas. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion.
Now batting, third baseman, Zach Geloff.
Next up for the A's, Zach Geloff. He is quite an athlete. I mean, you look around the other sports, basketball, football, you feel like he could thrive in one of those sports too. Oh, that hit him. Gets it there in time, though, and they do get the third out. The inning is over. So one hit is all they get. To the bottom of the ninth we go. Top of the order, due up. It's the A's 3 and the White Sox 1. And welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the ninth. Now at the plate, Ozzie Guillen. Lined into right. Shoeless Joe Jackson steps to the plate for the White Sox. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Barry Zito will depart, and he was very good. They'll be happy with that, no doubt. We'll be back with a new pitcher in a minute. So the closer summoned from the bullpen, Dennis Eckersley.
I can't imagine any save is an easy one. You're holding a small lead on the scoreboard, and you know those hitters are going to give you the best at-bats they can. So it's always high stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Line drive to short and caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
And that is out of play.
If it were an average catcher behind the plate, I'd say take second base, but this isn't a catcher you want to run on. His quick release is unreal.
The tying run at the plate. Fouled off. He was late.
With 2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Fights it off. He'll see another. Tying run at the plate. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
Nope,
just misses there.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
With the tying run at the plate, and the home team trying to pull it out. Not close with that one. Now 2-2. Battling here as he fouls it away.
In an era with a lot of swing and miss and strikeouts, you gotta love an at-bat like this. No one giving in.
Line, and that's a base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with 1 gone. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Down the third baseman. You gotta feel like there's a pretty good chance this game is gonna turn on one swing. One runs in, and the stop sign goes up at third on the potential tying run.
Such great concentration. Everybody on their feet, knowing that you can come through with a good swing. And there he doesn't try to do too much.
So two in scoring position with one out. Manager out of the dugout now, and he will make a move to dip into the A's bullpen.
Now pitching for the
So
A's.
a new pitcher on the mound for the A's, Mason Miller. He's making his fourth appearance of the season. Fought off foul. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Now only one out remaining.
Big strikeout right there, and that kind of takes the pressure off the defense a bit. Infield was in, so now they can move back, give themselves more time on a grounder to make a play. A lot more ways to work out of this and strand that runner at third now.
So it's their last chance in this one. Harold Baines steps to the plate for the White Sox. Bit of strategy here. They issue the intentional walk, and that'll set up a force play at any base.
Well, it doesn't get much easier with this next batter, but I totally understand going with the intentional walk in that spot. He's just too dangerous at the plate right now, and there's a base open, so it gives you options defensively to get it out.
Durham up to bat next, lays off for a ball. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1.
Ball, one strike.
So they're all loaded up. Yeah, that's fouled off. In the dirt, it's 2-2. This could end it. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Out to shallow center. Base hit. One run is in. And he dives in with a winning run, and the White Sox walk it off and win it 4-3.
When you're down 2 runs in the 9th inning, the odds are definitely stacked against you, but they found a way to come up with some big hits. They scored 3 runs for the win. What an incredible way to finish this ball game.
Score here, 4-3. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by the Game of the Week. I'm John Shammy. We'll talk to you soon.
Come around